in sunshine, and from the Rockies to the Peg as well. Nicole Briscoe, Kevin Connors. 4 series, 4 chances to inch closer to the conference finals.
One of them, personal favorite when it comes to matchups. Ladies and gents, Thunder Nuggets. And you have to say it like that, too. You can't just say Thunder Nuggets, Game 3, series tied at 1. You know what else I love? When Nikola Jokic, the Joker, comes dressed as, quite literally, the Joker, because obviously Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hoping to put the Thunder up 2-1. How about this? Jokic hands it off to Michael Porter Jr., who nails the 3. Spoiler alert, game tied at 69. That man was money from 3. Jamal Murray to Jokic. Jokic made that one. The lead just 2 points. Then later in the quarter, we're in the third, tied at 75. SGA, Alex Caruso, that is a 3 to put the Thunder up 3. Back and forth we would go. Murray, nice little circus shot over Chet Holmgren. Nuggets down 1, then SGA attacking Murray. He didn't have the best shooting night, but that was effective. Thunder led by 3 going into the 4th. And by the way, as back and forth as the third was, not much would change in the 4th. It's now 93-92. Jalen Williams. Thunder up 3. Then more Williams with about 4 minutes to play with the game tied at 95. Williams to put the Thunder up 2, 97-95. Then 2:30 to play. Guess what? We are tied again at 97 because the biggest lead by either team in the second half was 5. Murray, Nuggets up 2. Next OKC possession, because they always had an answer. SGA to Williams. Williams for 3. He had 32. Thunder up 1, then 40 seconds to play. Nuggets down 102-99. Murray finds Gordon. Gordon from the corner makes that 3 to tie it at 102. Then the other end, an immediate answer. SGA. No, because you're thinking he's going to make that shot because he's SGA. He misses it. The Nuggets get the rebound. They call it timeout. He did have 18 points, but the Nuggets have the chance, though. 2.2 to play. Jokic, neither one of them can get their shots to go. Jokic also didn't have the best night. We go bonus basketball. Opening possession. Jokic making an immediate statement in overtime. Nuggets up 2. Then Murray swings it out to Porter Jr., who was 5 of 6 from 3. 21 points. Nuggets up 107-102. Williams, defense into offense. The strip by Murray. Murray the other way. 2 of his 27. Nuggets extend their lead 109-102. They absolutely destroyed OKC in overtime. 11-2. Jokic 20 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists on what is an average night. Gordon had 22 points. Nuggets win 113-104.
It wasn't me, it was everybody. I mean, we all got to cover each other's backs, you know what I'm saying? So they're a great team. They tested us all night. And I just think we were able to stick with it and get the win. We've been together for years, so we knew what we had. We know what we believe in. We believe in each other. And we're going to need more of it. You know, tonight's just another step in the right direction. We know we can be better than this, but we're going to celebrate tonight with a win and get ready for Game 4.
We went out to OKC and kind of did what we needed to do. You know, we got home court advantage back. Obviously, you never want to get thumped like that and blown out like that, but we knew we had to come back here and protect the crib, up our level of physicality, and play without fouling.
Another huge shot for you down the stretch, man. I think we need to call you playoff Gordon here at this point. Like, what is it like in those moments when you're getting those opportunities?
Call me whatever you want. Just keep calling.
I mean, I miss 10 threes. I had a way they're aggressive, they're physical, they're handsy, they're in the string, they're playing passing lanes, you know. I mean, I don't know what they're doing because if I know, probably I'm not going to having those kind of mistakes. So I need to figure out what they're doing. So, you know, basically I was the worst player on the court today, but we won the game, and that's the most important.
The Nuggets now have a 2-1 series lead, in part because they've been clutch, outscoring the Thunder 28-11 in close games down the stretch. That, of course, includes this effort by Jokic and company when they outscored the Thunder 11-2 in overtime. So at SGA, what say you?
It usually comes down to your best players making shots and making plays, and I didn't do a good enough job of that tonight, and I think that's the main reason for the outcome. So I think it's more so that than anything, to be honest. I always say, like, jump shots, the consistency of jump shots always goes up and goes down. Like, you get hot some nights you miss. But the most reliable thing is the paint and the rim. And I don't think I did a good enough job again to that late game. Now there's probably various reasons why, and myself and the rest of the team will figure out why for the next situation. But yeah, I think I for sure could have been better.
Okay, one of the obvious reasons here might just actually be the Nuggets defense. 18 of the 22 shots that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander took, they were contested. He was also double-teamed 15 times in this game. The Thunder went just 2 for 12 with 2 turnovers on those possessions.
Right.
Series is Thunder Nuggets because Thunder Nuggets. That one also went to overtime. Nuggets got the win. How were they able to do it?
Well, they champions. They're champions. And it showed tonight. It showed tonight when it mattered the most. On a night where Jokic went 8 for 25 from the field, right? The Denver Nuggets pulled through, and it was because of the others. It was because of the other 4 core pieces from the championship team. Jamal Murray was the excellent floor general down the stretch. You had Aaron Gordon doing everything, including hitting the big three-point shot that sent it into overtime. You had Michael Porter Jr. hitting big shot after big shot after big shot. And then you had Christian Braun. Christian Braun was so phenomenal on the defensive side of things, guarding SGA, playing without fouling, making them take tough contested shots, holding them. You know, the Nuggets tonight held them for 7 for 22 from the field. And so I look at the Denver Nuggets and I look at the difference between OKC, and I'm like, oh, that's champions right there that's closing this game. While OKC was trying to play one-on-one basketball, the Denver Nuggets was getting it done collectively.
Game 4, Sunday on ABC. Also, you probably shouldn't come out in overtime to be outscored 11-2. Just a small detail. Bye, Kendrick.
Bye.
All right, now from Denver, Tim, not the usual script for the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic, 8 of 25 from the field. He took 10 three-pointers, did not make a single one of them, and yet Denver won the game. How were they explaining how they won, given that kind of a night from their star?
Howdy, Kevin. Look, you throw in the 8 turnovers for Joker, too. Tied a career playoff high. By his own words, he was the worst player on the court tonight, but they were able to pull out the win. Really, you got to start with the defense. In the last 30 seconds of regulation through overtime, the Oklahoma City Thunder were held to 2 points. 2 points in the last 5.5 minutes of this game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander also had a really rough night. You got to give the Denver Nuggets credit for that. Christian Braun on-ball defense. Jamal Murray was great on both ends, especially defensively down the stretch. They shrunk the paint, and they put Shai in some situations where he had to take really, really difficult shots. They did not go down for him when the game was on the line.
Well, let's talk more about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Never got it going. Only got to the free throw line 5 times in this game. What was his reaction, Tim, to his performance tonight?
Well, he's really looking forward to studying the film because he's trying to figure out how he could attack this better. He's trying to figure out how many of those shots were plays where he should have given the ball up. Jalen Williams, his sidekick, had a career playoff high 32 points. There were significant stretches of the fourth quarter where he wasn't touching the ball. And Shai, like I said, took a lot of very tough shots. He wasn't able to slither into the paint like he usually is. There was a lot of difficult jumpers. He makes a living knocking down those shots, but as he said, you live and die by your decisions, and I died by those tonight.
A lot of studying of tape here for him over the next couple days. Game 4 Sunday, 3:30 Eastern on ABC. That's Tim McMahon in Denver on a night the Nuggets take a 2-1.
Where they annihilated the Nuggets in Game 2.
There were 2 things about that first game that were worrisome. Number one, they couldn't get any supporting scoring for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. By the way, he had a great game too. Shai has not had a good postseason so far. This is a guy who's going to be named MVP probably next week. His numbers are okay, but they weren't great. That's one thing. Secondly, and they don't have a second scorer that's reliable. Sometimes they have a second scorer, but they don't have a guy out there that they can count on to deliver, and that's what cost them in Game 1. The second thing was Chet Holmgren got totally dominated by Jokic. And I mean, obviously Holmgren can't play Jokic the same way Ivica Zubac plays him. They're not built the same way. But 3 times in the last couple of years, the Thunder have been in high leverage situations and come up small. One was in the playoffs last year to the Mavericks. They had home court in that series. The series was tied. They melted down the stretch of that series. Their offense completely abandoned them, and Luka snatched them. And then this year in the in-season tournament where they played Milwaukee, where they just absolutely laid an egg. That was a moment for them to win something as a group. They totally laid an egg. And then in game 1, losing home court advantage out of the gate. So I've seen them under pressure all of a sudden not be able to score when it matters. And they have the MVP. That shouldn't be the case. So those more pressure moments are coming, and I expect them to overcome that because they have every tool that you need. But there is that sense of mystery about how it's going to happen, what's going to happen when that.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn đã quay trở lại kênh YouTube của mình. Mình hiện làm người làm video sáng tạo nội dung trên nền tảng YouTube nha các bạn. Mình sẽ sáng tạo những video hướng dẫn cắt dán cho các bạn này. Đây là những sản phẩm của mình đã cắt dán rất nhiều những sản phẩm của mình đây này. Mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn cách mình tạo ra những video viral của mình nha. Đấy. Để tạo được những video đẹp hay chất lượng cho các bạn xem thì mình sẽ cần những dụng cụ như sau. Mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn biết nha. Đây là giấy thủ công màu này các bạn này, rất nhiều màu sắc này. Đấy. Nó có giấy màu vàng này, giấy màu xanh này, đây là màu xanh da trời nha các bạn này. Còn đây là giấy màu đỏ. Đấy. Còn đây giấy màu cam này các bạn này, màu cam, giấy màu vàng này. Đấy, giấy màu vàng. Và để tạo ra được những sản phẩm tuyệt vời như thế này. Đấy, những sản phẩm mình đang cầm trên tay là sản phẩm đẹp của mình. Đấy. Rất nhiều sản phẩm này. Đấy. Thì mình sẽ cần những dụng cụ tiếp theo sẽ là kéo để cắt này, kéo cắt, bút dạ là để vẽ và định hình, tô thêm những sắc màu đẹp cho sản phẩm. Còn đây là hồ dán để mình có thể dán được những chi tiết vào cho sản phẩm này. Đấy, cắt dán mà đây như thế này đây, mình sẽ cắt dán và dán vào đây. Đấy, đằng sau mình sẽ dán đằng sau này các bạn này. Đây, ví dụ như thế này. Đấy, mình sẽ cắt dán này, cắt rồi dán thêm này, điểm nhấn cho sản phẩm đấy. Và còn những dụng cụ không thể thiếu như là đây, đằng sau mình đây là chiếc chân kẹp điện thoại này. Đây là chiếc điện thoại để mình quay lại quá trình mình tạo ra video này. Đây là chiếc đèn hỗ trợ ánh sáng. Và kênh của mình thì cũng đã được nhận nút bạc từ YouTube rồi các bạn này. Đây nút bạc của mình này. Đấy. Khi mình cắt dán xong một sản phẩm, mình sẽ đưa lên máy tính của mình. Hiện tại chỗ này của mình thì chưa máy tính, mình sẽ nói cái đấy là vấn đề sau đi. Mình sẽ đưa lên máy tính và mình sẽ hay dùng phần mềm Camtasia để chỉnh sửa và edit video. Mình sẽ cắt sửa những đoạn video thừa ở trên Camtasia. Mình sẽ xuất ra và đăng lên kênh của mình thôi để cho các bạn xem và chiêm ngưỡng ấy. Các bạn hãy ủng hộ mình bằng những lượt đăng ký, lượt like, subscribe nha, để mình có thể ra nhiều video cho các bạn xem. Tại nơi làm việc của mình đây, rất nhiều những sản phẩm. Đấy, quả chuối này, cây nấm này, đây là lọ mực này, nhiều lắm các bạn này, thước ké này. Đấy, nấm cơm này. Đấy. Và bây giờ các bạn hãy cùng đi theo dõi mình tạo ra những sản phẩm viral cho các bạn xem nha.
Mắt có miệng to, nở miệng to. video vén cái tóc mái lên.